Welcome to All About the Philippines. Now, watching many Philippines vloggers and the comments that are on those videos, one could be forgiven in thinking that all Filipinas in the Philippines are looking to be swept off their feet by a usually older foreign man. But I'm here to tell you that it's not all Filipinas who want a foreign man. And in fact, I believe that the Filipinas who are looking for foreign men to date or marry are actually in the minority in the Philippines. Now, what I have to say may divide opinion, but I'm just calling it as I see it. So hold on for one moment and we'll get to the video very shortly. Looking to date a Filipina or already dating or married to a Filipina? I use my experiences around my relationship with my Filipino wife of 6 years, as well as my professional experience as a qualified relationship counsellor for the past 10 years to help you on your way. Are you after information, tips and resources for a successful relationship with a Filipina and maintain it? Too easy. Just take a second to subscribe and click the bell icon and I promise you'll never miss out again. If you're a man who's looking to find the right Filipina for you and you're not sure where to start, then click on my affiliate link in the pinned comment to the Philippines' #1 online dating site, where you can create an account for free and view thousands of profiles of beautiful Filipinas right now. Many men in our YouTube community have found the love of their life on this site, and you can too. You really have nothing to lose. The total population in the Philippines is said to be a little over 108 million people as of 2019, with almost an even split of male and females. Of the 54 million females, I'm not sure how many are actually single or available to be in a relationship, but there would certainly be many of millions of eligible women looking to be in a relationship who live in the Philippines. With Metro Manila being very large, with 16 adjoining cities in close proximity, it's no surprise to me that many of these available women could be found in these cities. And many women in Metro Manila, especially in the business district of Makati and the more affluent areas like BGC, are women who have had a good education and have got a good job. Many people have the impression that living in the Philippines must be a terrible life, and granted, for some it may be, or at least we view it that way. No doubt many people live in severe poverty, but there are also many people getting a better education than ever before. Better colleges and universities have been created, and Filipinos by and large do like to be educated if they have the opportunity and can afford to do it, or if they're lucky enough to get a scholarship or a sponsor. If you were to take a bit of a walk around Manila, Makati and many other cities in Metro Manila, you will see that many late model cars are driving on the streets. This certainly doesn't look like a country that is impoverished, and indeed things seem to be on the improve. Just look around at the city skylines and you'll see much building going on. There have been new rail links and improved freeways, streets and waterways are being cleaned up, and Filipinos are very patriotic and proud people. They love to see their country going in a positive direction, and they love to be a part of the modern day Philippines. Now, don't get me wrong, as good as this sounds, many are still struggling to eat every day, and many sleep outside without a roof over their head. And so in the Philippines you have the tale of two kinds of people, not including the very wealthy that live in the Philippines. But all Filipinas have some things in common to each other, and that is the love of their family and the pride they have in their country. You'll also find that the less fortunate people, by and large, are still very happy and rarely complain about their lot in life, so to speak. Their resilience and outlook absolutely amazes me. The more educated Filipina who has a good job, a family she loves, many good friends and a country she loves never really entertains the idea of being swept off her feet by a foreigner. Not all, but the greater majority, I say. Many of these upper class corporate type of women when looking to date, they'll look in their own country and mostly with a Filipino male who may be of similar or higher economic status as her in the Philippines, and together they can both work hard as a couple and have a very comfortable life. Personally, I can't ever recalling or hearing about a corporate type of woman that is on an above average wage in the Philippines race off with an average male from a foreign country. She may race off with a very wealthy man from a foreign country, but again, that is not commonplace. The further one moves away from the big cities of Metro Manila and Cebu to a lesser degree, one finds that the education levels of Filipinas, for the most part, are much lower than in Manila. Province living for most is a very simplistic way of life, and very often the Filipinas may have to leave school at a young age because their parents simply can't afford to send them, or perhaps the mother gets sick and the daughter then needs to stay home to help the mother with her illness and do other household chores. And sometimes even after the mother has recovered, the daughter may still stay at home to help out. A person in the Philippines that hasn't completed at least high school or college will find it very difficult to be employed by most companies unless they have relatives who own those companies. So many will stay in the province and help out with the family business, which could typically be things like a sari-sari store, a pig farm, or catching fish, just to name a few common ways they can make a small amount of money for the family. This life is without doubt a much tougher life, but again, as I said earlier, they have a smile on their face and rarely complain. But this doesn't mean they don't dare to dream when they lay down at night in bed. They may often have fantasies of meeting a man from the USA or Europe and being swept off their feet, like they may have seen in many movies over the years, or heard similar stories from Filipinas this may have happened to in their own province. No doubt these Filipinas love their family, friends and country, but also desires a different and more luxurious or comfortable life where everything is not always a struggle, and a family will certainly support her in her dreams of finding such a man, even if he is a much older man. And really, can anyone blame her for wanting more out of life? Isn't that what we're all striving to do? So what I've laid out so far in this video is what I believe to be the truth, and certainly when people have the impression that all Filipinas are looking for a foreign man, then I will tell you that I believe that the numbers seeking foreign men are much less than people may expect. How many of us that are in a relationship with a Filipina are either dating or married, or knows someone dating or married to a Filipina? Then ask yourself, where in the Philippines was that woman raised, and where did these people first go to meet her? The overwhelming majority will tell you that they've found their Filipina in a province area, and the vast majority that met them in Manila, the Filipina would not be a corporate type, but more like a salesperson in the mall, or a secretary, or maybe even a teacher or a nurse. And many of you right now probably think, oh, teachers or nurses, they get paid pretty good money. Well, not so in the Philippines. And here's the thing, personally, I've never heard of any average man on average wage go and bring home a corporate type of Filipina. And I'm using the word corporate type of Filipina in a descriptive sense. I'm talking about a more higher class Filipina, may have a little bit more money, that sort of thing, just so we're on the same page. So as I say, the vast majority of these Filipinas who are seeking a foreign man to date and or marry do live in the province areas, and they may not speak great English and are far more likely to have a lower standard of education and possibly working in a small family business, as I've mentioned before. But I want to say now that there is nothing wrong with this picture, and many beautiful, loving and caring Filipinas who can make great wives live in these province areas. In fact, my wife came from a province and had a good job on an average Filipino wage in Makati when I met her. I believe the numbers of these women are scattered throughout the province areas, and as such are far less than those not looking for a foreigner to date or marry. It really is an illusion, or maybe even a myth, when people say all or even most Filipinas want a foreign man. Many, as I say, are very happy in a country they love very much. So for those guys looking for a Filipina to be with, you know the reality, and that's why some foreigners who say they've gone to the Philippines to find a wife will say that the girls never even really looked at them or paid much attention to them. City girls are less likely to want to leave their home, so these guys need to venture far from Manila. And then there they'll find very nice, beautiful Filipinas will be far more interested in an average looking foreigner on an average wage in his country. Now, all I've said to this point around Filipinas that are in the province areas makes it sound a little bit like maybe the province girls will just settle for a guy and won't really truly love him. Well, that's not really what I'm saying at all. Look at it this way: if a man treats a woman with love, kindness, compassion and respect, a good woman will see this, and her heart will day by day grow more fond of this man, because she sees through the exterior of the man and sees what's really inside the man's heart and soul. And as I say, over time love can form and grow. I can tell you from my own personal experience with this, I knew my wife for around 15 months before we married. We certainly had a connection at the start and we were very fond of each other at the time, but was it love? Well, maybe it was, or at least from my point of view, I felt that, and I also felt that she loved me as well. But over almost 6 years of marriage, I've seen our love grow much deeper every day, to the point now I actually ask myself, was it love at the start or more of a deeper fondness? The point I'm trying to make is that no matter what the situation, if you both treat each other with mutual respect, then the two people from the vastly different worlds can in fact grow and have something very special together. Anyway guys, this video has gone on much longer than I anticipated, but I really needed to give good reasoning for my views on this. Please feel free to leave your comments below. Be sure to share the video with all your networks and subscribe to our friendly community if you haven't done so already, and press the bell icon to get all our videos. Thanks very much for watching guys, I appreciate all your support. Take care and bye for now.